Let's do some crochet hook arts and crafts. This is not a guide. This is just my process and how I'm doing this. I've never done this before. I barely know what I'm doing, but I thought people might be interested in seeing it. So I have 3 shades of oven baked clay. I know they're different brands, but this is an experiment anyways. And I'm gonna start by kind of like trying to marble them together first, and then I'm gonna make the handle. So let's do that first. I'm gonna start with this much of these 3 colors. I'm gonna kind of roll them out, and then I was gonna shake the camera so bad. And then I'm gonna work on like twirling them and marbling them. Just rolling out some worms, some snakes.
Yeah, some snakes too.
I want these gold parts to be very like slender among the whole thing, so I'm gonna make these a little smaller. And now I'm just gonna kind of mix and stack all these little snakes and worms together.
Oh.
And now I'm kind of like warming up and twisting all of these together. Continuing to warm and twist. The gold clay is definitely more brittle. I don't know anything about clay. The gold clay I'm learning is a lot more brittle than the other ones, or maybe it's the brand, I don't know. Either way, I'm definitely having to warm them up as I go. And I want them to be kind of marbled anyways, so I'm not too worried about like perfection. But yeah, just warming and twisting and mixing everything into something semi-pretty. I think we're finally starting to get somewhere. All right, it's not perfect, but for the first time, it's kind of a vibe. So now I'm gonna try and like actually shape it into more of a handly kind of shape. And then really, I think I'm just gonna try and stick the hook into it slowly as I can so it doesn't like come out the side. And now I am shaping it, smoothing it, tapering this little end part here. Again, I like to crochet really close to like the hook part here, so I don't really need too much of a neck or a throat on my hooks. I'm just kind of trying to go to the line where you can see all the old glue from where I tried to super glue this like literally 3 times. And there she is, the first Shea yarn hook. And now I'm gonna bake it in the oven until it's cured. I think it's about half an hour for a hook of this size, but obviously if I am wrong, clay people, like just tell me I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong. It's out of the oven. It is cracking a little bit over here, which I'm going to attribute to user error. But I'm gonna let her cool, and then we'll be able to give her a proper test. But so far, I mean, it's hot, but so far okay. So all those cracks closed up, but I'm gonna assume that those are like fault lines, and it could crack kind of along those lines at any time, because I don't really trust that I could have possibly done this right. But let's crochet a little heart and see if I made a monstrosity. I need to make this heart anyways for a little coffee mug that I'm working on. This handle is ginormous, but I was trying to think, you know, ergonomic. It is nice to work with a hook the handle that's this big though. I'm not mad about it. It's just gonna take some getting used to. But so far, so good. And if you guys will notice, there's no squeaking going on right now, which means yes, you can indeed crochet with acrylic yarn without having it squeak. It's possible. You just need a hook that's not a clover hook. I'm just kidding. Enjoy your clover hooks if they bring you joy. They just don't bring joy to me. But no squeaks. And there we have a little crochet heart and my brand new hook. I'll maybe, if anyone's interested, I'll maybe check in like a week or 2 after this has had some serious crochet hours put into it to see like if it's still working out for me, if I'm still enjoying it, if it's fallen apart, because again, I have no idea what I'm doing with this. So I said I was going to give myself a couple of days with this hook before I gave it a review, but with the potential looming TikTok ban, I thought I would get this review in with 24 hours of crochet under my belt. I made all 3 of these little crocheted mugs with this hook. And my notes for the 2.0 version to myself would be, this is just a little bit too chunky for me. I know that like bigger hooks are better, but it wasn't a vibe for my particular hand. I would also definitely make an indent for my thumb and like try and take into account my own hand like specifics when I make the next one. Also, I shoved it back in and it's staying pretty well, but the hook did come a little bit loose. It's not as bad as when it has like the rubber handle. I'm not fixing it every couple of rows, but just as a note, like if you are looking for a permanent solution and you want to use clay, definitely use one of the hooks. I feel like one of the hooks like this would be beneficial to put clay around because it has something to kind of grip onto. The main reason that I didn't use this blue hook is because the colors of it didn't perfectly match the clay that I bought, and that is a decision that I made and that I'm very happy with. So in conclusion, I'm happy I did this. It definitely has room for improvement, but it's definitely a good option, but I'm still looking for maybe a new set of hooks.